All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. This is what's really amazing is we have Nick here. He is a cryptocurrency, digital money expert. He is an aficionado on all things dealing with money that you can't touch but is there. And my job as a professor is to convert all of this knowledge into language that us, as others have said, mere mortals would be able to understand. And I think that's really important when we're trying to make financial gain, because sometimes we're throwing our money into the wind and hoping that somehow somebody more expert, with more expertise can make good of it. And so you're going to be able to give us the technical setup of everything, the deep entrails of it all. Yeah. I'll pull it back in, put it in bite-sized information, and spit it back out to the people so they can understand what the heck is going on. Yeah?
Exactly.
All right, go ahead, give you, so give a little information about you and your whole thing.
Cool. So my name's Nick Sexton. I've been in the Bitcoin since 2013-ish, so more or less when it really kind of, before it really took off, but a little bit after it had really started. So I've been in the space for quite a bit, and have gotten down to the blockchain level, as it were.
And what's a blockchain?
A blockchain is a little bit difficult to describe,
okay.
But what we can do is we can break it down with some very, very simple math.
Okay, all right.
So we're not going to have to go all the way to calculus. We're not going to have to go all the way to algebra.
Good.
We're not going to have to go all the way to geometry.
Okay, good.
We just got to go back to elementary school math for just 5 minutes, I promise.
All right, let's just have a moment for that, because elementary school math for some people, it's like, and if there's any parents out there who had to be homeschool their children for COVID, you realize that you're not as smart as you thought you were. So let's go back to elementary math a little bit, and talk about blockchain. What is the whole concept of blockchain?
The concept of blockchain is to make a record that you cannot modify, or to be more specific, it's a record that I'm going to immediately know if you've tampered with. So you know how there's the phrase, someone's been in there cooking the books.
Yes.
And they've been moving a percentage pointer around to give themselves more money and stuff like that.
Yes.
The point of blockchain is to make it so you cannot do that. You can make a record that cannot be tampered with.
Right. So this would be an area where Richard Nixon would not do very well. Okay.
Richard Nixon would not be happy with it. He's not going to like it.
Okay.
You would not be a fan. And the way that you do this is all you have to do is to put it in the simplest terms, use elementary school math. Mm-hmm. So we have to introduce something called a hash function. Now we're not talking about hash browns. We're not talking about the hash number on the phone.
Okay.
We're talking. It's the reason it's called a hash is because with hash browns you put potatoes in and you get hash out.
Got it.
You get something totally different than what it looked like at first.
I see.
So to go to the math part, the simplest hash function you can have, or one of the simplest hash functions, is to square the number and then add the first and last digits together. Real simple. So when you square the number, all you have to do is multiply the number by itself. So simple stuff. 4 times 4, right?
Yes.
4 times 4 is 16.
Yes.
Multiplication tables, easy
yes.
money.
Got it.
5 times 5 is 25.
Yes.
Multiplication tables, easy money. You got
yes.
it. 10 times 10 is 100.
Okay, let's stop and slow down now. Once we get into 11s, it gets tricky.
Exactly. We're not going to go up to the 11s.
Okay.
We're just going to go to 10.
10 is our friend.
10 is our friend.
Okay.
Exactly. 10 times 10 is 100.
Yes.
So the hash, using this particular hash function, is you square the number, you get 100. You take the first and the last, and you add them together.
Okay, so let's walk through it. 10 times 10, 100.
Mm-hmm.
And then I break it down?
Yes.
And then so the numbers that are similar, so 10 plus 10 is 20.
Not almost.
Oh.
Not quite.
All right.
You're close though.
Okay.
Very, very close. Take the number 100.
Okay.
You take the first number, which is 1.
Yes.
And the last number, which is 0.
Yes.
And you add them together, and what do you get?
1.
1.
Yes.
That's it. The hash of 100 through this hash function is 1.
1
Is 1.
1 is the loneliest number.
1 is the loneliest number. You have the loneliest number.
Yes.
That is your hash function.
Okay.
Now, the reason that Richard Nixon does not like this
Okay.
is do the same thing with the number 5.
Okay. So 5 times 5 is 25.
You got it.
Take the 5 plus the 25 is 30.
Almost.
Almost.
Almost. The 5 plus the 2
Oh.
is 7.
Yeah. Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
So it's a whole different number.
It sure is.
And the reason that helps us
Okay.
is these numbers are totally different. So if Richard Nixon wants to change that 10 to a 5,
Yeah.
he can't do it.
Can't do it.
Because the hash is going to show up as something totally different.
Yes, it's almost like an internal, internal fact check kind of like resistor.
Exactly.
You cannot mess with it.
You cannot mess with
You
it.
can't mess with it. It's almost like a secret code embedded, but it's not so secret because you know how to get there, but you can't change it even if it's there.
You got it. That is
Yes.
100% right.
Okay.
It's a secret code embedded in there.
Yes.
And you cannot change it.
Yes. Kind of like Nicolas Cage's acting. It's there, but you can't change it. It's just
That's right. That is right.
what it is. It's just what it is, right?
Exactly.
I love Nicolas
Just like
Cage.
Nicolas Cage is the same in every single movie,
Yeah.
that hash is the same in every single number. You cannot make.
How did you
Cannot
manage
mess
to
with it.
trash artists and actors in this? Okay.
I like Nick though, yeah. I hear you. All right.
It's the same thing.
Okay, so now walk me through this. So now we got this built-in kind of infrastructure that we can't change that is built for our system, for our security. How does the blockchain now make a leap over to cryptocurrency?
This is how it happens.
Okay.
Cryptocurrency, think of it less like a dollar and more like a list of transactions. Technically, if I have a dollar and I give you the dollar, there's actually a physical object that has transferred and it's gone from me
Let's
over
do
to
it.
you.
Let's
Yeah.
do it. Let's do it. Give me some money.
There we go.
All right.
Here's $20.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. All right.
And that is an actual. Well, I'm not. That's not Bitcoin. I'm not worried about it.
Okay, right. Exactly. So this physical action is, okay, there's that.
Exactly.
It's gone. Okay.
Now it's gone.
Gary.
There is a physical thing, a transfer that has taken place.
What's the difference with Bitcoin then?
Think of Bitcoin more like Visa. When you take your Visa card and you swipe that Visa card,
This is, I'm making out like bandits right now. I'll take that too. No.
see, I don't actually give you the Visa card. I swipe it, or I go on PayPal or Venmo or whatever.
Right.
And Visa, somewhere out there, says, all right, I'm going to take Nick's number,
Yeah.
lower it by 20, and I'm going to take Stevie's number and raise it by 20. If I swipe the card and give you $20,
Yes.
the exact same way that I swipe the card that I handed you the
Right.
actual $20.
I understand.
I have you on camera.
If I give you $20, either you have the $20 either
Yeah.
way, but with the Visa, nothing physical changes hands.
Okay.
There's no actual transfer. It's not like I'm not giving you $1, I'm not giving you gold.
Right.
I'm updating a list of transactions.
Okay.
I'm updating a balance list. With the dollar, you know what's in your pocket.
Right.
You can take it out and count it.
Yes.
With the Visa card, if I use my Visa card to use, Cash App or Venmo or whatever, to give you that $20, Visa, somewhere out there in the cloud,
Yeah.
knows who has how much money.
Right.
And I have told Visa, lower mine by 20, up Stevie's by 20.
Copy. That makes sense.
And so
It's a digital transaction.
exactly.
Boom, here, dot, here, bop. So just like in my pocket, I got the 20 now, but it
Exactly.
wasn't physical, it was digital.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, I get that.
Yeah.
But okay, keep going.
So it's not a thing, it's a transaction list. Now the issue is that Visa is the one who keeps track of all these transactions.
Got it.
With Bitcoin, it's different. All the Bitcoin computers keep track of all the transactions.
Of Bitcoins.
Of Bitcoins only.
Of Bitcoins only.
Of Bitcoins only.
Right.
Bitcoin is a totally separate ecosystem
Yes, I get it.
off of dollars.
Right.
But it's the same principle, where it's not a physical thing that changes hands. It's a transaction list that gets updated.
Okay.
And that's where the Richard Nixon thing comes in. Because with Visa, you have to trust that Visa is
Ethical in
Is ethical,
yes,
exactly.
Yes.
So you have to trust Visa
Right.
in order to do this. With Bitcoin, you have to trust no one.
No one, because it
Because
has a built-in infrastructure, the blockchain.
Exactly.
Got
You got it.
Got it. So technically,
Mhm.
Bitcoin is more secure
Yes.
than actual transactions that we make through other sources such as
Such as Visa. Exactly.
Visa. But would that also include like Venmo and stuff like that too? Or-
Yes.
Okay.
So
any and all of they're one whole thing
they're one whole thing.
because they don't have the blockchain to secure their situation.
Exactly.
Okay, folks, are you with me right now? I'm going to give you just a little halftime regurgitation of what I understand from Nick's mind transferring over. We can actually imagine that being symbolic of the transactions, the financial
Exactly.
transactions. He has something in his mind. It needs to get over to my mind, through my mouth, and over to you. And hopefully it will have value. Okay, so what we have so far is that we have this entity called the Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin, what makes the Bitcoin secure is this concept called blockchain, and the blockchain has a configuration in it where you cannot reconstruct it for any unscrupulous intentions. It's built in. The blockchain is your security that cannot be messed with. From that blockchain, it anchors the whole Bitcoin concept into reality, which is different than what most of the world is using right now, which is things like cash apps and your ATM and your Visa cards and whatnot. Who the man, if you want to get into conspiracy theory, some could say the man is up here tinkering with things, making changes in our economic global system that may not be for your own benefit. So this is also a good place for those who have conspiracy theories. If you want to be safer with your money, Bitcoin is a good place to go.
Absolutely. And this is where we have to introduce the concept of inflation. This is a post-halftime thing to get into the concept of monetary inflation and why this is not ultimately a good thing for you. You do not want inflation.